Hey folks, this is Bobo the Vulture, and it's time for a little pinball. The classic NES Pinball game, which I have a copy of. Haven't gotten too much into, but doesn't appear to be a super complicated pinball game. And you guys know me, I just like to occasionally fiddle around with pinball. So we're going to give it a whirl around and see how it goes. Player one, player one, player one. Not a whole lot in terms of music here. It is a multi-tiered pinball table though, so it's got that going for it. Apparently I've already executed the top score. Nice. I got some stoppers. Oh, well, one of them's already destroyed. And there goes ball one. Ball two. Soon we'll have a full count on the plate. I sure do seem to be able to get the king there. Alright, there's the jack. Deal us in. Up. This will be ball three. Oops. There. A little stronger this time. I suppose there's not necessarily a lot to be said about this pinball game, and it does not have the most exciting sound. And I just fell into a pit. Into the pit of despair. Wow, there's literally... it doesn't even give us the sound of the whole of an O. The first time I initially switched the game on, there was at least a very slight... tiny tune at the menu. We no longer even get that. Good, I set whatever that bonus game was in motion just in time to be completely past it. You know, it'd be easy enough to complain about the features of this pinball machine and how it's doesn't have any amazing sound or voice samples or any of the rest of that, but for one, this is a relatively early NES title, and for another, ooh, I just unlocked the exit. Unfortunately, we didn't reach it. Well, okay, so I hit all the drop targets on the left, and I can open up an exit on the right. That's good to know. There's a bathroom on the right. No, but this is, I believe, in a large sense, supposed to be sort of simulating oh man, those seals love it. Supposed to be simulating a pinball machine of maybe an older era. Pinball machines used not to have music. They used to just have little mechanical sounds whenever you hit something. Maybe there'd be like little bells or something that would go along with it. Although those ones probably didn't have like little images of seals that would then be animated and jump up and down and bounce a ball with their noses. There might be something painted on the field, but there wouldn't be like a dancing penguin. So, I don't know. It's a little bit anachronistic. And at the moment I am most likely streaming for approximately 0 people. Which is fine. I'm alright with that. Just because I don't have... I can't even remember the name of it. There's some PS4 game, that PS4/PC/whatever game that came out this weekend that's super buggy, but everybody's still playing it. It's fine. I don't have a PS4. I might get one of these years, but it'll probably be when the PS4 Super Action Plus or PS5 is out. One of those. Oh, I wasn't expecting it to just come right back out like that. Perhaps I should have been expecting that. Almost got the exit set up. Of course, it also almost got the full house set up. Everywhere you look. And so forth. Shoo-ba-doo-ba-da-ba-dow. Oh, come on. The exit closed. And that was the end of it. We'll never know what the mysteries of that exit are. Are they the same as the mysteries of the desert? That's right, Darkcaster. Pinball. Straight OG pinball. We don't need anything like music or video screens or Gorgar talking about how he hurts. Confiding to us that we got him. I sort of completely ducked out of the way of that pinball there, didn't I? Oops. Pinball is the game, or a variety of game, that I will pick up when I don't necessarily want to pick up on something that I need to invest a whole lot of time in. I can just play a little bit of pinball. Hey, there's the song. It is pinball, oh yeah. This is pinball, this is pinball, we're playing pinball. Last time I saw somebody play this game, they talked about 80s sitcoms, so I am gonna have to come up with something great to talk about. Well, you missed it. I already talked about Full House, in which I said everywhere you look for like a second, because you see there is a row of 5 cards there. And 5 cards. You have all of them Actually, no. It's a royal flush. So I was talking about a full house earlier, which is actually 2 of one kind and 3 of another. So I guess this isn't even a full house. So no, I guess no. No sitcom talk for you. I'm sorry. Unless they were talking about Nearly Departed. Oh, guys. Does anybody remember Nearly Departed? Nearly Departed was... I don't even think. Oh. Jeez, apparently I'm really turning off and on the one person that's in the chat right now. There we go, some bumper targets. Oh, we're so close to having the royal flush going there. Yeah, I remember hearing reviews about this game talking about how it wasn't necessarily a really great pinball simulator. I suppose it's not the best pinball simulator in the world, but earlier I was testing out another pinball game for the Game Boy, and this is still miles beyond that. It can at least keep up with the ball for the most part. And I will note the ball is sort of a little slower and floatier than an actual pinball would be. But that's not a bad thing. Ah! Such a big gap there and there's no pin to get. Brought back some memories. Your dad stole your TV? That's interesting. I don't think my dad ever stole my TV, and my dad very rarely, if ever, did any gaming. He would occasionally bring games home. Geez, I remember one time he brought home a copy of MechWarrior. I think he said a friend of his at the office told him he needed to check it out, and this was MechWarrior for PC, mind you, which is a pretty significantly different game from MechWarrior and the Super Nintendo, which I feel like is the version a lot of other people played. Oops, that fell down there. Took it for golf, Ken Griffey Jr. baseball, and pinball. Well, golf is another option over here. I don't have Ken Griffey Jr. baseball. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I don't have Ken Griffey Jr. baseball, but I got golf. If we just want to make this the bad childhood memories of SKS stream. Nostalgia for mistreatment. There we go. Get those bumpers. We just seem to be really mistreating those poor birds in the middle. Alright. Well, once again, as a brief reminder to anybody just joining us, still don't know what you get when you get a royal flush up there with the card targets. I'm just going to have to believe in the heart of those cards. When you get all of the drop targets here on the left, an exit opens up where those pink lines are on the right. Don't know where the exit takes us to because we haven't managed to get through to the exit yet. Sad. This is your first Goober stream. Hey, Goober. I'm better at streaming? Well, I don't know if that's all true. I'm not necessarily playing the most, you know, resource-intensive game in the world here. Oh, I'm getting a little tap of the paw from old Hazel there. She is, she's got a cone of shame again because she's got allergies and she keeps trying to chew her own hair out. Not a good thing. Not a good look for a cat. Oh, it's the hype man, like Joe Biden. I see what's going on. Joe Biden isn't the hype man. He's his job is to cure cancer, right? I remember hearing about that. That's what Joe Biden's off to do right now. And, you know, honestly, I wish him the best at it. If Joe Biden finds a cure for cancer, I am not going to turn it down just because, like, Joe Biden, come on, that's silly. He's the guy that everybody makes fun of. It is the duty of a VP. You're talking about being a hype man, not curing cancer. Because that, what I guess, was the last State of the Union promise was, hey, you know what? In our last year, why don't we just have Joe Biden cure cancer? Seems like a good idea. Why didn't we think of it before? Ah, that was a poor idea of what to do with my ball there. Hey, Erdenshire. People are showing up. That's what you do. That's what pinball's good for. You get people to show up, then you find out what they really want. I actually am enjoying this pinball game as sort of audio-visually uninteresting as it may be. Gotta keep hitting this target here. Oop! Holy shit, we've got music. Oh, I was probably supposed to make the ball fall down that thing. I thought it was just a little new peg for us. Well, I certainly screwed that up. I think it's about time Joe Biden got around to curing cancer. Who's with me? No. Well, game over, yeah. He could cure cancer as a private citizen. Why not? But yes, unfortunately, I don't feel like the president gave him enough time to cure cancer. That's the real problem Joe Biden's going to face. He was only given the task of curing cancer, like, back in January, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's fair. And honestly, I get it. Joe Biden's got a grudge against cancer. I think we all do. But him especially. If there's going to be an action movie about Joe Biden facing off cancer, and he's like, "You killed my son, you bastard!" Then he just cocks a shotgun and... Because you know Joe Biden and shotguns. Oh, it's okay, kitten. I must have shifted my foot slightly as I saw the ball just go down the hole. Did the ball go down the hole? Wait, that's golf again. Jeez, I could play 18 holes of Nintendo Golf, but that would take a good amount of time. When you think of action movie, you immediately think about Joe Biden as the MC. Like MC Hammer? The master of ceremonies for the action movie? As one of two MCs and one DJ? Or three MCs? How many MCs were there in addition to the DJ guy? Oh, main character. I gotcha now. Alright. If I happen to get all the numbers again. Oh man, I gotta have 777s. We gotta get back up to that field, folks. Oh. Well, that was an exciting bonus stage. And it featured, I think, what was her name? Penelope? Yeah. Mario's girlfriend before Peach ever existed. Pauline, thank you. Joe Biden does not do cameos in comedy movies after his VP run. You'll be sad. I want to see him reprise, Ooh, what if we get... Nope, it was 3 Panda 7. That's a 3 Panda 7 on an undercover cop. Ah, screwed. Screwed. I want to see him do a shot-for-shot remake of Gran Torino. But I don't think Clint Eastwood would give his permission. He'd be really disappointed that the vice president of President Empty Chair was attempting to steal his role. If they make another Joe Dirt movie, I forget, did they make a sequel to Joe Dirt? Regardless of whether they did, if they make another one or a first one, I kind of 100% have to think that Joe Biden would make an appearance in it as the Joe Biden character portrayed in The Onion. Oh, come on. You were right there, right at the exit. Joe Dirt 2, Beautiful Loser. Oh, so, like, they just made one, I guess. At least that's what Wikipedia would have a person believe. Yeah, I would actually like to see a Royal Flush myself. It's not going to happen this game, though. Game over. A game over, yeah! Boom. Let's give it another quarter, why don't we? I've got all of it. I've got it set on free play. Yeah, I actually meant to take a look at what the copyright date on this game was. Because if this was a... If this was just a launch title or a near launch title, it's sort of hard to remember, but the NES was kind of the system that established that games had to have music. There were a couple of 2600 games with soundtracks, but it was pretty much in terms of, you know, home consoles. The NES was the first one where you really started having music as pretty much a given with the game. So it seems kind of like to the point where this game not having any music just feels kind of eerie, even though, you know, that was how games were. You whippersnappers and you're thinking that games have music? Come on. Get off my lawn, as Joe Biden continues to say over there. Well, that wasn't the wisest and best move, but it's a move that took place. And I just had my paddles just duck out of the way to make sure to make way for the pinball to fall down. Because that's the kind of pro move I make. Oof. Game over again. Copyright 1980 So yeah, this would be a pre-North America. Yeah, this game was made before the NES was even launched in North America. So this is one that was already out there for the Famicom and all set up before we even had such thing as an NES, because that was the summer of, or that was the Christmas season of '85 when the NES made its big debut in the US of A. So yes, this is a pre-Nintendo game, kind of. Pre-NES Nintendo game. How's that? You were a wee lad when the NES came out. I was a kid. Pretty young, I guess. Alright, there we go. Bounce them balls. Oh, let's get 3 sevens. How about it? Nope, we're gonna get a 7, a penguin, and a 7. Screw you, left penguin. Trying to be like left shark and be different, but still hip and cool. It's not the way it works for you, penguin. Ah, I really thought I was going to be able to just skirt it over to the other flipper. They call him Flipper, Flipper, beautiful dolphin. Yeah. Oh, good. I already got one of those used up. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. I got them both used up. This is fine. This is what we want. Nope, nothing's happening there. Alright, let's just screw this down and... Let's screw this down and... How about it? Now the controls for this game, by the way, makes sense if you are holding a gamepad, but if you are attempting to do your, you know, your average sort of an emulator sort of setup, where you would use, I don't know, the arrow keys, and then like for directions, and then Z and X for A and B, that sort of thing, would not work very well for you at all. The plunger is done by A. The right flipper is done by A or B, which are operated by your right thumb. And the left flipper is operated by any of the D-pad directions. So basically, any input that is held by your left thumb will hit the left flipper. Any input that is operated by your right thumb, this is when you're holding a control pad, is done by your right, does the right flipper. So it makes total sense this way, but if you're ever trying to play this on an emulator or something like that, it would be mirrored. So it would not work at all for you. I mean, you could obviously remap your keys, or maybe you're playing using a, joypad. But in the bad old days of emulation... Oh man, I can't believe I just threw that back there. I have not really gotten back to that high score in a little while, have I? I've been having the best run of fortune here. That's interesting, SKS. You say that your father would steal this game and Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball for Super Nintendo. This seems like this game would have been sort of like seemingly antiquated by the time somebody had a Super Nintendo and Super Nintendo games. Because this game was pretty old-fashioned seeming even by the time the NES was, like, even before the NES's day was done. I mean, it plays nice for, you know, an old-fashioned video pinball game. You know, I bet I don't understand your dad and uncle. Were they just trying to teach you a lesson? Deprive you of fun? They get in a fight over which color person they got in the NES golf game. I didn't realize how racist your uncle and dad were. Oh, you're talking about shirts. Alright. You gotta understand, that was before Tiger Woods, too, so, they didn't really have any good examples. Back in the 80s? Who was there? SKS, I'm not making you racist. I'm making your dad and uncle racist. Alright, I'll do one more, at least one more game here. This will be an exciting half hour of, pinball for NES. Could always come back and revisit this game later on. If there's great interest in attempting to see me play it any more than I already have. Relax, I'm not saying terrible things about you, SKS. I'm just saying terrible things about your family. That's okay, right? And on top of that, I'm not even showing you what happens when you get the royal flush up here. Yeah. This game, it's actually a pretty good pinball game to play when you're either tired or you don't really know what you're doing. Maybe you're a little impaired or something. Not to say that I'm impaired at the moment, but the controls themselves are a little slow, and the ball is a little slow. Everything's a little floaty anyway, so that sort of works out if you're not having nerves of steel and that sort of thunderous synapses. Ah. I managed to bounce it around for a while there. I don't know whether Penelope was any closer to getting free. I said Penelope again, and again, I'm not entirely sure that I was right. I think somebody already corrected me once. Mario just can't keep track of his ball. It's true. It's not the best. Hey there, Piano Keys. It's me, Piano Keys. Alright, I got all those drop targets. Is something awesome gonna happen? Doesn't seem like it. Well, not from solely that taking place. Good. Managed to get the drop targets in place. That's what we like to see. Now, let's get this up to the playing cards. The singular gameplay request I've gotten so far is to unlock the royal flush. I personally want to see what happens when I hit all the drop targets on the left and then hit the exit on the right, but that didn't happen any either so far. No balls! Well, folks, that is the game of pinball. I could always come back and play around with this some more. It is a fun little game. There's not much to it, though, so I could just leave it as this little tiny one-shot. But join us for, something else here in the near future. I'm sure I'll figure something out. This is Bobo the Vulture. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see all of you next time out there in YouTube land. Bye for now. Oh, hey, there's the music. Oh, yeah.